Brandon, in the heart of Manitoba's world-renowned wheat country, is the richest agricultural region in the province. Here, after years of careful cultivation, was evolved the famous #1 Northern, the Canadian hard wheat, which has become the standard for the entire world. This fertile farming district ships its grain and byproducts both to Canadian and world markets. Since the days of the early colonists who settled in the verdant valley of the Assiniboine, it has been the center of Manitoba's great farming industry, a major contributor to the Dominion's huge annual wheat crop. Here, busy grain elevators, rising like sentinels across the land, collect the wheat which goes to produce some of the world's finest grades of white flour. Brandon itself, Manitoba's second city, well deserves the name of agricultural capital. A friendly, industrious community, it straddles 2 national highways, adding to its strategic importance in the wheat country. But Brandon is also noted as the center of a vast livestock territory, renowned for its surrounding prosperous farm areas, where each year great herds of livestock are raised and shipped to national and foreign markets. Yet perhaps Brandon's most notable event is its provincial fair, held each summer by the enterprising people of this vast rural region. Here, purebred cattle, typical of the quality of Manitoba's livestock, compete for blue ribbon distinction. Royal princes of the animal kingdom, they make an impressive picture in this bovine display of pomp and pageantry. As for the members of the younger generation, they are out to steal a few scenes also, if not the entire show. Now it's Manitoba horseflesh on parade as farmers and ranchers show their prize stock. These equine aristocrats are some of the Dominion's finest, but just about every type of horse is represented at this Brandon show, from thoroughbred to draft animal. Manitoba heavyweights pull their weight in farm wagons, for horsepower on the hoof is still a mighty important factor in the workaday life of this farming community. As for mechanized power, here is a $1 million display of modern farm machinery. But no fair would be complete without its fun zone, and Canadian children take full advantage of this one. The merry-go-round is always in full-time operation here. When they're running the famous Brandon Sulky races, thousands throng the stands to watch some of the Dominion's finest trotters. These high-stepping speedsters always produce plenty of action. From start to finish, the Brandon Fair is a thrilling experience. Northward now for another holiday adventure, Manitoba's magnificent Riding Mountain National Park. Some 125 miles north of the international boundary, this great timberland playground is one of North America's finest vacation areas. Its clear water lakes are fringed by miles of sandy beaches, where annually thousands of visitors from Canada and the United States alike come to play and enjoy the water sports of this famous and highly popular forest preserve. It is a holiday resort offering almost every type of recreation, a Manitoba wonderland for young and old alike. And everywhere, guarding the Dominion's vast domains, are the efficient and colorful Mounties. But no matter what the activity, there's a wide diversity of fun for everyone in this high country land of the great outdoors. Whether it's a sightseeing excursion on one of the crystal clear lakes, or a spin in an outboard with the lure of blue water singing its song. Whether it's a day spent on one of the many picturesque forest trails, or driving a whistling golf ball over a mountain country course that only nature herself could so beautifully conceive. Whether it's any of these, from fun in the sun to just a rest in the shade, there's enjoyment for everyone in this forest land, pleasure land of fascinating Manitoba. For here indeed is a province of 1,001 interests, a country of vivid and everlasting contrasts. Those contrasts are even more striking north of parallel 53, where towns like Le Pas, Lobby of the North have their own colorful stories. Northern Manitoba is many things. Vast prairies, great forests, lakes and rivers, where lumbering, mining and fishing and fur trapping are important industries. All Manitoba is busy at something. Her productive timberlands constantly feed the appetites of her hungry sawmills, supplying the construction demands of her fast-growing communities. Her modern rail lines, carriers of her trade and transport, are ever on the move. Her highways, arteries of travel and commerce, are being constantly improved and extended. Her industries are on the march, producing for her own markets and those of the world. As for her many outdoor sports and her tourist trade, business in these is always good. For this is